Citizens of Rukon, patrons of Dave, lovers of 8 and 9 ball, welcome back to Tales from Rukon, Echoes of Chaos, episode 15.
Ow.
As always, we have a Discord and a Facebook community group. So come hang out with us outside the game. We've been streaming Halo in the Discord the last couple weeks, and likely will a lot more this week now that the campaign is out. Links to those, as well as all our socials, are in the description. We probably won't be responding to chat much while we play, but if any moments don't require a particular player's focus, they may be responding in chat. Does Wes not hold his action 3 weeks in a row?
No, all I really got to say is the streamers were actually on time for like the first time ever. So, good job, chat. You've made us be responsible or something. Thank you.
Made us be timely.
I also I do have an announcement. Just for everyone who doesn't know, there are a few people who do, but the Minecraft server is updated to the new update to the 1.18, and we have actually reset the world with a brand new seed and whatnot. So we can try to do some exploration, get some new stuff going, and see what's new with Minecraft.
All right, screw this game. I'm gonna go play Minecraft.
I'm gonna go play Halo.
All right, I got streams done.
Wait, do you have Halo? Do you have Halo now?
No, but I'll buy it after the stream.
It's literally free. The multiplayer
free on
is free.
Multiplayer is free.
Campaign's free on Game Pass.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing Halo after tonight's game.
I'm not a multiplayer guy. I don't know. I'm not a multiplayer guy unless I can sit on the couch with you, binge on Cheetos, and scream in your face.
Well, now we know what we need to bring with us.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, we need to play some Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Wait,
man.
Oh yeah. Secret plans.
Yeah.
Secret plans.
Secret plans.
Secret tunnel.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I have a quick announcement.
Yeah.
I have in fact been a wolf. Norberto asked. I was a Superman werewolf one year for Halloween because I never liked the traditional. I always make my own Halloween costumes, and so one year I was werewolf Superman. I put on a Superman outfit.
to ask: is that Clark Kent, Kal-El, if he were bitten by a werewolf, or is it a wolf creature from Krypton who came to our planet and had superpowers completely independent of the fact?
It was a
in the lore.
I now that I actually have to make up the lore, he did a Dragon Ball Z fusion with Lobo.
Very good.
With
That's the right answer. Thank you.
With Lobo.
That's much better. God,
I love
Lobo.
it.
And I love Lobo's
100%.
daughter. Crush is great.
I want to let you all know I've been just binging Dragon Ball Z like fan theory videos ever since last week when we were talking about DBZ for like half an hour at the end.
I love how it's not like I've been binging DBZ. It's I've been binging DBZ fan theory videos.
Absolutely.
I've been doing so many what ifs.
Also, all of Dragon Ball abridged. So good.
Oh, but I have
party
two
mates
announcements.
becoming degenerates. I'm so proud.
You're welcome. I've been streaming a lot lately on my Twitch. Right now we are in wipe for Tarkov. We're in the final days of this wipe, and new wipe starts on Sunday. A lot of new content. I'm gonna be putting up some stuff on. I might be making some YouTube videos maybe. And I have been making TikToks daily about all the events going on in Tarkov on my Twitter. On my Twitch, on Twitter, and on my Instagram. So if you want the TikTok, it's Professor Bandito, and then Prof Dat Bandito on Twitter and on Instagram. So go give me a follow, go like the videos out. Anything would help. That's it.
All right. Well, without further ado, we return to the world of Rukon. Our wayward adventurers have found themselves in a strange situation, leaving them momentarily divided. Approached by a secret organization known as the Onyx Brotherhood, they were invited to join their ranks, with the cost of refusal being quite high. They would either have their memories wiped, or if they ran, their loved ones would be killed. While the group offered great power, their methods of achieving it were still shrouded in mystery and seemed a bit untrustworthy. Galadh and Thrag, who had no loved ones in the city to be concerned about, decided to decline the offer. They began making preparations to head east to the town of Mara in the kingdom of Dune-Rasheen, where they hoped to find answers about the ancient artifact that brought them all together in the first place, the Rod of Dasis. They told Elmia Rivet of the Godslayers of the situation, who said she would send word to higher-ranking members of the guild to meet them on their way for protection and would help bring Nikita's parents to safety. Before they could leave the city, they were found by a member of the Brotherhood and ended up having to fight their way out of being kept in the city. A battle broke out in front of the Arcane Coalition that fell to their favor when Elmia and their friend Hannah showed up to help. With their friend Barishnikov's aid, they used the teleportation sigil in the Coalition to travel to the city of Faraj in Dune Rasheen, the closest city to Mara with a sigil. Meanwhile, Nikita and Ragtag decided to take the offer to join the Brotherhood, though they were still quite wary of the group's intentions. They were approached by a larger group than the initial meeting and given onyx rings. They were then teleported to the inside of an old, large building where the leader of the Brotherhood began to speak of what would be next. So, Nikita and Ragtag, you've been brought to this large Victorian room with a number of statues with various historical and religious symbols on the walls and ceiling, some familiar, some foreign, and Virion addresses you. Now, we can talk about what comes next. What you can do for us, what we can do for you, and what you can do for yourselves. We can train you in whatever arts you seek. Each of us is a master in a different skill. We need our followers to be ready for anything. This will be balanced with research, finding information wherever we can, and taking root in places where it's discovered to be abundant. That, and going into the field to retrieve items that will help us achieve our goals when we discover them. We're trying to find more information on the remnants of creation, items and places of latent magical power that stem from the actions of the old gods during the First War. Remnants can vary greatly, both in what they are and how much power they hold, but their energy is all connected to the same sources of power we seek. The Rod of Dasis is a remnant that once belonged to one of the first paladins of Duofin, as the gods began to develop followers in their new life on the planet. We also seek knowledge on scions. They're descended directly from gods and possess immense natural divine power, like living remnants. This power seems to be passed down through bloodlines, but doesn't manifest in every member of a family. We still seek to discover what determines the awakening of power, what the threshold is, if it differs generation to generation. This is difficult to do without having scions to study. However, they're incredibly rare. We know of only 3 prominent in the world, and 2 of them are Grand Masters of the Godslayers, and the ones who earned their guild that name at that. While I hope to one day have them as subjects as well, I'm smart enough to know we need to start smaller. That's why we needed the Tiefling girl. We sensed the awakening of her power, and we can study how it manifests and manage it while she's still yet to learn to use it. We've done much research in libraries around the world, but the information is scarce. Finding her was a great opportunity. We have our ears to the ground across the continent to know when another may awaken. But as for you, we would like you to continue where Aiden left off. It seems he made a discovery in his final moments, something involving the rod, and a potential connection to a greater power. We'd like you to research that. Begin in Xerith, where you know all the resources at your disposal, and branch out once necessary.
And what of our former compatriots? Do you wish us to go seek for them?
No, that's not your skill set. Here, come with me.
What do you mean not my skill set, master?
Feel like they'd be pretty decent at it. Not me.
You cannot, not no disrespect to you, my master, but you could not even capture a little girl.
Huh. It only
Raising the
took 2
point.
tries. Mere
One more
delay
than
in
we
the
took
plan,
to
but it
find
happened.
Aiden.
And mind you, we also brought little girl to you. If anything, we are better at retrieving items. We are the first to retrieve the
That
rod
feels like
to
a
begin
stretch,
with.
but okay.
He gives kind of a
Hectic.
chuckle and
I'm
says,
gonna
"Come
like
with
elbow
me."
Ragtag.
And he
What
begins
was
to
that?
walk.
Are you like the toy, the dog toys?
Very sensitive.
He begins to walk down a hallway after saying to come with him.
As I'm gonna get up from my kneeled position and kind of toss my robe back and put the hood on my robe and follow him down the hallway.
I have
Is
a
the
very
war-
important question. Are there holes in your hood for your ears?
No.
Well
good
done.
question.
All right, my
It's not-
my nut is ruined.
If it rains, my ears
Yeah.
will get.
Okay,
That's
so
A
a
hood
fair
with
point.
holes does
Your
kind of
ears-
defeat the purpose of a hood.
No, no, no.
Even
Now
if
the
it's
question is,
aesthetically pleasing.
does it have kind of pockets so that
Yeah,
they
okay,
can still stick up
The
comfortably?
holes for the ears have their own individual hoods.
Yeah, yeah.
That's exactly what it
ears are
is.
sticking
My
up and
two
you just
ears,
go,
my
one
ears.
hood.
Yep, and there's one hood over each one. Exactly. We'll
That's
meet at a
beautiful.
middle point
That's
with
adorable.
all of us.
Little tiny ear hoods. There we
So
go.
my ears are covered.
No, they're
by
Ushanka
the
flaps. Your hood has
Not a bad
Ushanka
idea.
flaps on it.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, there you go.
Is the Warforged mentioned last time in the room at all?
Yes. All of them who were in the apartment appeared in that same room
Okay.
that you just had that conversation in, and now he's leaving that room down a hallway after saying, "Come with me."
Ragtag follows because he is just absolutely fascinated by this Warforged and his.
Is that in the same
construction.
direction that we're supposed to walk with the other guy?
The rest of them are all kind of staying put. Just Virion has left down the hallway.
Wait,
Okay,
which
so
one?
I'm gonna.
Just
The Warforged
Virion's
is
the
still in the
leader,
room?
the Draconian.
Okay.
He left down the hallway and said, like, "Come with me." The rest of the Brotherhood members who had come back to this location with you are just kind of staying put in that room they're in. Like,
Okay,
they're waiting
Ragtag
for
is
further orders.
absolutely too entranced staring at the Warforged to notice where Virion's going.
Nikita grabs Ragtag from like the back of his jacket and then kind of like pulls him in the direction of where we need to go.
And but the Warforged noticed you staring. You can see it like turn its head towards you, and there aren't a ton of discernible facial features. It's almost like its face plating was made to look more like a helmet, or like there is exterior plating over what might be something inside, because the eyes are much more inset. There's no visible mouth, but you can see like the way that the eye sockets are moving in their recessed chambers, that it's like turning to look at you, and almost what you would imagine a giant robotic being's look of curiosity might be. But you follow Virion down the hallway. At the end, he goes through a door into a smaller circular room with a dirt floor. So what has previously been largely tile floors and of stone now is just complete dirt, and there are sigils drawn in the dirt. Look like possibly with a quarterstaff or something like that. And sitting cross-legged in the center of the room is a woman. Fairly short, but very muscular, wearing various animal hides and leathers, but there's enough open, exposed parts of her arms and stuff that you can just see she looks very strong. She has very long, thick, dark brown hair and black paint around her eyes, and she seems to be in a meditative state. Virion speaks. He says, "Tiala, do you see them?" She opens her eyes, which are glowing white and pupilless. They did arrive in Faraj. There is much magic in that space. The vision is blurry, but I see them. Very good. He looks back, and you now see a few of them have now followed you down the hallway, like they had actually been waiting for you to be the first to follow. He looks to the wood elf. Adrian, join Sidhelm in tracking them. Head to Faraj. We need the rod back. They're heading to Sharib. He then looks to the deep gnome. Elos, do you already have men there? The gnome responds, I always have men in the dark sense. They actually just found a potential scion in Faraj and successfully captured him. I'll have them switch focus.
A lot of kidnapping here.
Viran responds. Good. And the Godslayers are involved after Sidholm's fight in Zirith. So have them be wary. If they encounter any, kill them. We don't need any more headaches popping up. I wished to avoid this conflict, but it is upon us either way, it seems. Gnome, very well, and leaves. Virion looks back at you and says, now that finding them is a priority, it is one we are ready to take on. You'll do better to respect the capabilities that this group has. You're too confident just because you got the upper hand in something. Because trust us, you being there to foil the initial taking of the tiefling would not have stopped us from taking her. We will find your friends, and you have greater talents that can be used more elsewhere. Now, we would like you to begin your research. Whatever you can find within the first couple days, you can let us know. The rings you have on can't be removed, and we'll give Tiala direct line of sight to you. You'll have freedom to go wherever you wish and do whatever you deem necessary to complete your research, but we must know where our followers are so we can contact you with ease and find you if we need to. Is there anything you wish to know before you begin your research?
Not great with the term followers. Associates? Can we go with associates?
I like associates as well.
Yeah.
It's minutia. You can call it whatever you wish.
Okay.
So, do you have library?
You'll be taken back to Zirith. There are libraries in Zirith. Aiden was researching there. You can pick up where he left off. You can go wherever you like. If you know of other places of information in Zirith, then it's completely up to you what sources you use. We're all finding information wherever we can. We have resources across the continent, but we're always looking for more.
I do have question. The powers that you guys have when it comes to finding people, and I am very curious on this power. How does someone like you able to listen in on our conversations and find us? What kind of magic is this? Is this all just this lady we have met here?
Tiala is a seer. She has a connection to the natural exchange of energy through all life in the world. Anything that travels through the dirt, through the roots of a tree, meets the roots of another. Information can travel very quickly, very far, to those who know how to communicate with it. Seers are rare, but she was born one within her clan.
So can she hear people? Can she read people writing, or is it just
Can she
like
smell them?
talking? Can she hear my thoughts? This is power I've never seen before.
She can hear the echoes of what happened in the places that she looks. Sometimes the vision is clear, sometimes it is blurry, and is still always useful enough.
Make her some glasses.
Yes, glasses, good idea.
Maybe
We
you could.
solved that problem a long time ago.
I have question. Does she ever ponder on an orb?
That's gonna date this episode.
Yeah, I got nothing.
That
That's
wasn't
just
for
a
you,
meme
West.
right now for some reason.
Mm-hmm. And it is, for some reason, a funny meme.
It's a great meme.
I don't know why, but it is. No, but such artifacts are things that we occasionally do find and research and interact with. Tiala doesn't deal as much in the arcane. But speaking of giving her glasses, as you put it, you are a tinkerer. If you were to find a way to make that transference of energy across nature something that was even clearer, something that could amplify her vision, those are the kinds of tools and techniques that are why we bring people like you into the fold.
Interesting. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
All right. If you have no more questions, we will bring you back to your home. We'll be checking in
Wait.
soon.
This is just so fascinating to me. Could we please have demonstration of her power?
How many
have
fingers
never
am I
seen
holding
anything.
behind my back?
Without opening her eyes, she does. How many fingers is it?
2.
Yeah, you are like connected to the dirt she is physically standing on. Doesn't even need a roll. She says 2 without opening her eyes.
Ragtag forgets how many fingers he was holding up. Ha! 3. Oh, shit.
How about this? And I'm gonna pull out. How many lines how many letters am I writing down? And I'm gonna write the word silly sock in my little book.
Okay. A little bit closer. So she will actually roll for this one, but you are still standing on the dirt she's connected to, so low DC. What did you say it was? Silly sock?
Yeah, silly sock.
She pauses for like a couple seconds longer than she paused for Ragtag, and 9.
Holy shit, that's amazing. I am blown away with your power. Absolutely blown away.
She doesn't really respond. She has this like focus and intensity, like she's only really responding to inquiries.
Okay, no problem. So bye, I guess. Well, you already knew I was going to say that, right?
Her sight doesn't quite work like that. It's not premonition.
It's not premonition. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, one more question, and this is to help Rectic. What kind of things I would love to be part of this project. This is absolute to like be able to have this power is absolutely mind blowing to me. What would be a good place for us to begin with amplifying this power? Is there any book that you recommend? Maybe podcast, and to see what we can, more than Canaan. You let me know.
Unfortunately, such devices are not something of abundance. The information like that is difficult to find because it's only something that's been created the last, within this age. We've yet to see a device that can amplify things the way that you speak of in this context. But you've already met a couple of the quick wheels. They would be my best guess as the ones to be able to figure something like that out.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I guess we have quite a bit of work for us to do now. We will be going, I suppose.
We will bring you back to your home. Follow me. And
Oh, by the way, where are we?
you will know that after you've completed a couple of assignments.
Aye, very well.
At the moment, we will find you when is necessary using your rings.
That's what I figured, but okay.
So he brings you back down the hall, back to the teleportation sigil where the star elf is kind of like leaning against the wall, in wait, and as you step over, the sigil just kind of gives this like waving finger wave of goodbye to you, kind of whimsical, before snapping his fingers, and the sigil lights up, and he starts to mutter spells, but the actual like activation sounds of the sigil are kind of making it so you can't hear what he's saying very well. And then a flash of light. And with that, we're going to switch over to Galadh and Thrag.
Hey, I know those guys.
With a flash of light, you too have arrived in a similar room to the one you just came from, but with different furnishings made of brown stone instead of gray of the gray walls of the Coalition. There are 3 people in the room wearing brightly colored robes with intricate designs all over them that you recognize as Dune in style. They look at you and say, "You're not on our schedule. Where did you come from, and what is your business?"
We are from the Earth. We kind of had an emergency, transport.
Okay. What was the emergency?
We were being chased by some not so kind fellows.
I
Oh.
don't think they'll be following us through, hopefully. If they do, do us a favor, and you didn't see us.
All right. And your reason to come to Farash?
You're just
Passing
through.
Very well. And they kind of gesture, and a couple more people similarly dressed come in and kind of gesture for you to come with them. And they bring you kind of down through a similar building to the Arcane Coalition in that there's a lot of magic paraphernalia about. There are sigils on walls, a lot of the same kind of schools of wizardry that you might see reference to. There's bookshelves everywhere, so a lot of the same types of things, but the style of decor is very different from the Midran architecture. A lot of the colors that you see, a lot of there's more tapestries and things like that that you're seeing as you come through these halls. You're eventually brought down out the front door of this building, where there are a couple of guards wearing a bit more armored than the more robe-wearing members of the building you just came from. And most guards mostly have this gold armor on with these spears. Do either of you speak Dune?
I don't believe so.
The spice must flow.
I didn't say speak Fremen.
I do speak Dune.
You do speak Dune. So you can hear that they begin to speak Dune to each other and essentially say along the lines of, "These weirdos just kind of showed up in our sigil room. They said they're just passing through. Make sure they are actually just passing through and leave here." Is what the people in the robes say to the guards, who then kind of, gesture for you to come with them and flank you, the 2 of you, on either side.
All right. So where is the nearest gate that we can exit the city, or perhaps we may actually need to buy or rent a horse and cart, possibly. Would that be at all possible?
They look at you kind of like, "You're asking for favors here? You're probably not even supposed to be here," is just like the look on the guard's face, who doesn't say anything and keeps walking. You are escorted through. As you're brought into the building, you can see a lot more of the city around you, which is a very interesting layout. You realize the city is kind of composed of this inner ring of structures, and then the outer streets, and then there's actually a waterfront. And you're being escorted through the inner ring, which many well-dressed people are walking the streets of. It's built onto a large hill, where despite the very tight-knit building structure, you can see over the lower tiers as the hill descends out over the actual ring wall into the vast dark red sand of the desert, and the within the ring, it's quite vibrant. There's plant life and rooftop gardens visible all around, and then you can kind of see that on the other side of the wall in the outer streets. It's much less vibrant, much less plant life. Mostly just looks like sand and dirt between the types of buildings that you're seeing out there. And they are taking you towards a large red stone guard tower that is set just outside the gates. And Dean, actually, in our map section of the Discord is a map of Farage that we can post. So ultimately, you are brought after it takes probably about 15 or so minutes to walk from the sigil building that you were in down through the buildings of the inner ring to the guard tower, and ultimately you are brought through it, where there are a bunch of guards in there that it's kind of a checkpoint type thing, and they kind of mutter to the guards that were flanking you, and then kind of just lead you right out and close the door behind you as you are brought out to the outer streets of Farage, which now are very tightly packed. There are a lot of buildings built very close together or completely connected. Most of them are made of stone, but some are large tent structures, and there are plenty of small tents that seem like tiny homes. Despite the less vibrant environment, it's still quite busy with various traders and locals making their way through the small streets.
Question.
Yes.
Is everybody wearing a mask?
A lot of people do have face coverings, yeah. It's the desert.
Coronavirus. Okay.
No, there is. This is Escape, damn it.
Not from
Not from Tarkov.
All right.
You were getting them all hyped there for a second.
So, what are you two doing?
Are the guards are not with us now, right?
Correct. And if you're looking at the map, the kind of we'll call it the southwest big red guard tower at the edge of that ring is where you just stepped out from.
All right. And that is orientated geographically correctly, if that is like, if we're calling it
from what he just
approximately. Technically, okay. North is probably between where actually north and northwest are on this map.
Okay, but close enough.
Close enough.
Okay. So I think we should just get out of here as quickly as possible. Perhaps maybe not take the most direct route to our destination at first. Get out of sight of the city.
Galadh, actually both of you make a general intelligence check.
Well.
Oh boy.
We're not exactly the bright ones of our group.
15.
Okay, 15 is enough. You don't know specific details, but you are aware that the Dark Sands of Dune Rasheen are considered largely a fairly dangerous area, and that there are known to be a common amount of creatures that might live in the non-inhabited areas of that kingdom. Of that area of the kingdom, rather. Really, even the inhabited areas, it's kind of a shady set of towns and cities.
All right, got it. Dungeon Master is threatening us. Perfect. Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Galadh, and
I'm not gonna talk to Thrag.
big sad, big sad.
Damn, pulling a Nikita.
Whew. Well, Galadh, by the sounds of it, before we came here, it sounded like this wasn't the friendliest of places in all of Dun Rashin. Mara, if I'm not mistaken, was another coastal city. DM, can you
I
confirm?
believe so.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I thought so. Instead of going through the desert, maybe we should take a boat.
That's not a bad idea. Now,
Besides, you know what they say about sailors. They like to drink. Ha!
yes, I suppose it has been a few hours since you've had a keg.
Ah, it feels so long. So long ago.
All right, come on, buddy. Let's go around the wall here and see if we can make our way over to the sea and
All right.
see what we can find.
Ha! I see what you did, Galadh.
Ah,
Ha 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 ha!
So, you guys begin to start weaving your way through the outer streets of Faraj, coming up around the wall, the circle wall, to get out towards the water. And with that, we will switch back again. So, Nikita and Ragtag, with a bright light, you are now back in Nikita's apartment.
That was disorienting.
Quite.
We're okay.
Quite disorienting.
So, does it feel like we kind of got nowhere with a lot of things?
No, not at all. I am full of information at this point, and
I'm happy
believe-
for you.
I believe we have made correct choice. These are powerful entities that
I'll
have
give you that.
unspeakable powers, and this is something, I have idea for quick, just in the quick span that we were traveling through space and time with magic. I had idea, and I'm just going to design this for you. Let me know what you think, and I'm gonna make like a drawing, but I want the drawing to, within the drawing, be like made of letters, just kind of like a pair of glasses, and then the letters are going to spell out block glasses for blocking sight.
Okay. Roll I'm going to say a sleight of hand to see how cleanly you're able to do this. And Ragtag, roll perception
Yep.
to see if you pick up on what Nikita is drawing.
Yep.
17.
Okay.
Let me get up Ragtag's character sheet because that is not the character sheet I have up. Eight.
Bum, bum.
You don't see what Nikita has written, but you can tell because they did a really good job of actually what they were doing. You can tell that they are trying to put a message into whatever it is that they are drawing right now. You haven't caught on to what the letters are yet, so you're not necessarily like reading it as they're writing it, but you can tell that they're not just that this is an ulterior thing.
I see.
I know that this looks complicated, and I am not inventor like you are. You know, I just believe that if we really try to understand what we can do with this, it would like I think we could amplify the power to a great degree.
Yeah, I I think I'm picking
I
up what
feel
you're
like
putting down.
honestly, I feel like I'm spelling it out for you right now with this design. And, and if you
Can I
don't,
reroll
maybe
that with advantage now? Now
Uh,
that or
uh, sure.
or at least just a regular reroll.
Yeah, but yeah, regular reroll and the DC is lower again.
19. Thank God.
You catch on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that I have this like spy thing going on right now, and Ragtag is just like doo 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 doo.
High intelligence, low wisdom. That's the
Yeah.
character I'm playing.
I absolutely love this.
All right, so you've caught on. Nikita, while you're waiting and trying to goad Ragtag into realizing what you're trying to say without directly saying it, you you hear a quiet noise, something like right by your door, and turn, and you see a piece of parchment has been slipped under the door.
I have paid water bill 6 months in row. It was 1 month. God damn it! And I'm gonna pick up the piece of paper off the floor.
It just reads, "Your parents and friend are safe." No signature.
No signature.
No signature.
Who's that?
Water bill. Look, and I'm gonna show it to Ragtag. I have paid so many times. It was 1 month I miss, and they keep hounding me. Something about
Huh.
my extended warranty. I don't know. Always trying to get at me.
So Ragtag, you now also see the note that says, "Your parents and friend are safe."
And I guess I don't. I guess I wouldn't even have any reference for handwriting or anything, so I don't know. Okay. Wait, who's friend?
Are you asking as Ragtag, or are you asking as
Both.
Barishnikov?
Oh yeah.
I wonder what Barishnikov is up to. I wonder. You know what I could go for right now? I could go for a nice salami with some cheese and maybe some brioche bread.
That does sound good. We've had kind
Right?
of a
Let's
day.
let's go get sandwich. And
Okay.
yes, let's. And I want to go to a restaurant that is extremely busy with people.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose
This is
one
good.
in like downtown by like the
It's
look,
getting
it's
to
a,
be the later evening now, so it's
okay, so I want
and
to
it's
go
the festival, so it's
I want to
it's
hang
busy.
out. Let's head down to the festival. And I want to go to like where I want to take him. You know what? We've been through a lot, Ragtag. I think that maybe we should take the rest of the day off, go enjoy festival, enjoy pie, enjoy some brioche bread with salami and cheese, and maybe get some cotton candy.
That sounds pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah,
great.
I
Let's
could
go.
go for that.
Fantastic. So I want to head out to the. We'll head out over there.
All right. So you're probably mostly sticking to the market district one, like you did a night ago, where they have most of the competitions and stands and stuff set up. And a lot of just what it was a couple nights ago. There's the pie eating contest, there's the arm wrestling, there's the card games, there's the
Is there
the fun
quick question.
house. Mm-hmm.
Is there a bouncy house?
Yeah,
There's a bouncy house?
sure. I think that's something that Xerith would have for a big yearly celebration.
Ragtag, I have not been in Bouncy House in years. They have new one just for adults, for us that grew up in them. Would you like to go in Bouncy House with me?
Adult bouncy house
Adult Bouncy House.
in like a kinky way, or
Well, I do know club that we could go to for that, but I was thinking more normal kind of bouncy house.
that sounds profoundly disorienting. Okay,
It's good time, I tell you.
trust you on that.
Okay, good.
Okay, so you go to the bouncy house. It's like a copper piece for 3 minutes of bouncing.
Here, let me show you how to do best bounce in Xerith. I am the best. No one is as good as me in bounce house. Watch. And I want to grab Ragtag's hands, and I want to start jumping with him at the same time.
Ragtag
and
is
while
standing on the edge of the bouncy house and very reluctantly allows you to grab his hands.
No, please, it's good time. It is good time. And I kind of want to like pull him a little bit onto the thing if he's being reluctant.
Oh God!
Okay. Ragtag, how much are you fighting? I mean,
Not a lot.
Okay.
I'm
You-
curious.
it takes some pulling, but you get him on.
Please, it's good time. It is good time. And so, do I get him on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll? Okay. So as we start bouncing, whenever we're in the air, I want to start whispering in his ear because it seemed like me touching the floor near her seemed to be part of the resonating thing. So we're in an area completely surrounded by people. So there's got to be a lot of energy of people talking and all kind of information, and we're not actually touching the ground while we're doing this.
See, I told you
That
we
is
let
a-
all of our intelligence back in zero.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
that
to
is a
create like
big brain play.
I'm trying to create like a radio interference on her being able to hear what's going on. They know where we are, but that doesn't mean that she can hear what we're saying.
That is straight up galaxy brain. I love it.
I was a fucking galaxy brain, aren't I?
All right. What are you whispering as you're
over here
bouncing?
playing
Oh.
like 15 D chess.
The old bouncy house play.
The old
Yes.
bouncy.
Classic.
I'm literally
I haven't
just
seen that
following.
since '83.
I'm literally just following all the stipulations that you made about her
So
being
good.
able to hear me, standing by the ground near her, making it easier.
I
Being,
I am not opposed to anything you are saying.
Oh God.
I'm loving this.
fucking- Yeah. So as we're jumping, I want to whisper to Ragtag, okay, listen, Bounce. We need to be very careful, Bounce, because every time, Bounce, that we are alone, Bounce, there is a possibility, Bounce, that they hear us, Bounce. So I am trying, Bounce, to create radio, Bounce, interference, Bounce, between us, Bounce, and them. Bounce, do you Bounce, stand? Bounce.
Bounce. I think bounce. I got the bounce. Yeah, bounce. But I bounce. Getting bounce. Nauseous bounce. Bounce. This doesn't seem bounce. Sustainable bounce.
Bounce. It is temporary. Bounce. It is just bounce until we figure out bounce a way to block her. Bounce at a higher level. Bounce.
We are not bounce. Installing a bouncy hop bounce in your apartment bounce.
Bounce. I like what your bounce heads at. Bounce. But that bounce is not what I mean. Bounce.
Maybe bounce. An elaborate bounce system of pulleys bounce.
This is the same energy as SpongeBob. Just
I love
like
this.
to go
This is so good.
new bikini bottom.
I think bounce. I picked up what you were saying about bounce. The glasses before bounce. I wonder if I can bounce. Make them kind of ignore us. Bounce. I'm doing longer bounces, so I don't have to say bounce as often. Bounce.
Makes sense. You guys are jumping together. You get those high
Yeah.
bounces.
Yeah. Bounce. What if we create bounce a shield around us, bounce instead of bounce, making her be able to bounce, block everyone, bounce, just temporary bounce, solution, bounce.
Exactly. A blind spot. Bounce.
Good job, bounce. High five, bounce.
High five. Bounce. Ugh.
And can we like freeze in midair as we're
Yeah,
doing our
yeah,
high five? Just for, like, a
absolutely.
quick second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anime music plays. Love it.
All right.
That's the only anime intro I know because that's the only
Alright,
anime
we'll have
I've
to
watched
work
from
on that.
beginning to end. I do want to watch the Stein Gate, but let's not get distracted.
Yes.
All right. So, well, you guys are making that plan. Switching back to Galadh and Thrag.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. I suppose well, we get you a drink first.
Hmm.
Will
I
perhaps help
mean,
the creative
absolutely.
juices.
so you do see kind of a marketplace pretty close to the area where you were just sent out through the western gate. In the inner circle, you do see a bunch of stands and things like that.
Oh, Galadh, can you imagine it? They've got a bouncy house here.
I love Dungeons and Dragons.
I feel like I should have seen that coming, but I didn't, and it caught me off guard so much.
Hmm.
I love this game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway.
Oh,
Anyway. No, we should go to a tavern, get me a keg, and then maybe, we get some other stuff for our trip. Do you think maybe we should? What do you think is better? You think we have somebody else bring us to Mara on their boat? Or do you think we have enough money to buy our own boat?
no, that is a good question. As I check my
You know who might know?
twin pouch.
The tavern owner. Let's go.
That I suppose they might know. And as I check my my money, I have 10 platinum, 157 gold, and some change. So I'm gonna just kind of in my head go, yeah, I don't think that's enough to buy a boat, but we'll see.
So, you guys
Just
start to pass
hear
through
your research already.
the
I hope you don't hear
marketplace
me.
area.
I'm saying that in my brain.
Mm-hmm. You start passing through the marketplace area, and since you're specifically looking for it, you find a stand that's selling kind of different types of alcohols that all seem kind of fancy and exotic, a little different than what you're finding at a tavern in Midfall. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
If we're going to be on the waves, we need rum.
So, you find a shopkeep who is this kind of like weird dude who has like kind of wide eyes. Like it's kind of like he's doing this, but he's just not really blinking. Like that's just his default. Is his eyes kind of like this? And he's
Oh no.
hello.
Are you okay?
Yes, it's a wonderful day. How can I help you?
Okay. Do you have Galadh talk to him? I can't look at him.
What my my friend here is asking. He would like to know if you have.
Is he okay?
No, I'm never okay.
No, I was
Um,
talking about the dwarf.
Oh no, he's also never okay. We're we're just some wandering travelers here, just sort of passing through. Would you happen to have any rum? We are thinking about setting out on the high seas, and well, it is the traditional drink,
Ah,
or so I'm told.
yes, I have something that you will like very much right here. And goes under his little table thing and pulls out a bottle. This is the finest Red Fang rum, made
How much?
with actual venom from Red Fang snake fang.
Yes. How much for that?
This is 15 gold for the bottle.
Done.
Ah, your friend is okay.
Thrag takes out, a chunk of change. Galadh, is that 15?
Is that 15, Dungeon Master?
Thrag rolled
Yeah.
intelligence.
I'm gonna roll a d20. I'm gonna roll a d20.
Light of
And that's how
brain.
much it is.
And
Yes,
whatever
yes.
the d20 comes up, that's how many gold pieces are in his hand.
Sure, that's fair.
That's 10.
No, that's not 15. And I'll pull out 5 and add that up to the pile.
All right. So you guys pay him. He gives you the bottle. It's not like a huge bottle, but it's a this sized bottle of rum.
It'll do.
All right.
Where can we find the shipwright?
Over at the waterfront.
Point me in a direction.
That way, where the water is.
I can't see through all the tents. Thank you. Not from here.
Really? I could not tell.
Stop staring at me. And then I just walk away.
And
Yeah, and I'll just follow Thrag.
okay. I'm guessing you're cracking the rum straight open, or are you saving it for the boat?
I'm saving it for the boat. I've
Okay.
gone this long. I can wait a little longer.
I don't know.
Gonna say Thrag's been sober for I don't know, maybe 3 hours.
Make a will save.
Do we have like a Bender situation here where like the less he drinks, the drunker he gets?
I don't know. Thrag might have began this day with alcohol. I don't remember, but
He didn't
That
get a
was
chance
like a
to.
week ago.
that was
at
like it was
least.
like 2 games ago was the beginning
Yeah.
of this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you start to make your way through the city up towards in the direction of the waterfront, I need a perception check from both of you.
Oh, the player is nervous about this thing.
14.
That's going to be a 13.
Okay. Both of you realize that you seem to be being tailed by a number of cloaked men. It's a lot of people are wearing cloaks and things here just because of it's the desert sun.
Mhm.
People cover up. But you do notice the difference is that a lot of the locals tend to wear pretty light colors, and some of the ones who might be a little bit better off are wearing kind of like more bright colors. So you're noticing some people in some darker colors that seem to be, even as you've gone a couple blocks, you're still seeing a couple of what look like the same robes popping up. So over the course of maybe 15 minutes, you're noticing that it seems like you're being tailed. And then finally, when you start paying a little more attention after you kind of notice that more consistently, you can catch. I'm gonna say Thrag catches an onyx stone at the collarbone of one of the cloak clasps. At which point, at the back of their kind of group, as they all, as more of them start to filter into the areas that you're walking into, you see kind of towering over the heads of the locals in the street is a blue-skinned Goliath. And Galadh, being quite tall yourself and standing out with your appearance from the locals around you, looking very different, you can see he spots you, and as he does, as like there's eye contact and acknowledgement that you both have seen each other, he nods his head, and you see all of the cloaked men pick up their pace.
Time to go. They're here. They're following us.
Oh, my stubby legs!
All right, so you guys are running.
Yep, we're running.
All right.
Um,
So I'm gonna need dex checks for how you weave through the tight knit crowds
Ooh.
of people in these fairly tight streets.
Oh,
all right, I think we're gonna need some action music for this one.
Yeah, let's get some chase music
Uh-oh.
going.
Chase
no.
music.
Oh no! Straight dex check.
No! Yeah. I don't think
7?
either of us are doing well here.
Nope.
5.
Okay. Well, I'm making a collective one for their group.
We're
They are
literally-
also, so you are kind of getting caught up in some of the people. You're not really able to weave through super quickly. You're making movement, but not like fast. But you're seeing, especially with the numbers of them there are and how big the one of them is, they're also kind of getting caught up. The Goliath is kind of the only one who's just like pushing entire like 4 people at a time aside to maul his way through. You do kind of just get around a corner, and as you turn that bend, hands grab both of you. And you are both pulled into an alley. Immediately, you see the people who grabbed you. There is a Dune man and a Sun Elf woman, both fairly young, about 19 or so.
Do you see any onyx stones on their
Nope.
their cloaks? No.
No,
Okay.
they are dressed more like the locals, but a little bit more leathers than cloth than the locals, but similar colors.
Okay.
And the Sun Elf woman, they're following you. Why?
We would prefer not to answer that.
They want us. We don't want to be caught.
Okay, listen, we're God Slayers.
Oh, thank God. Literally. I guess. Unless you're going to slay him, in which case I don't. But, you know,
There isn't just one.
fair point.
There will be one when you're done with them.
Listen, we're also running from them. We were investigating them when a child went missing, and they caught on. They killed our 2 teammates, and we just barely got away. They were much more skilled than average slavers.
Yeah, we
okay,
had their buddies chasing us in Xerath. Now we're here. I'm guessing their focus is now us instead of you.
All right, I'm Nadia. This is Kyrie.
Thrag.
Galadh.
All right, come on. I know a safe house near here where captains store supplies. We can lay low. And she starts weaving through. So you guys start to follow her as you get through the tight streets. She seems to know some easier bends and alleyways to loop through so that you avoid a little bit more of the crowds. And following her movements, you're able to weave through a little bit more easily. But you do still notice a couple of them kind of on your tail. You're not sure if they see you or not, but you are still in the same general space as them. And that's where we're going to take our middle of game break. A little early from usual, but good place to take it.
Okay.
So we will be back in another 10-ish minutes or so. And we'll be hanging out with you guys and chat for a little bit and then jump back into the second half of our game. So we will see you soon.
Yeah. See you in a little bit. Oh yeah. You know that
We
happens
come
pretty
back and
frequently.
I'm just like, and that's when I had sex in a bouncy house.
We are
There it
live.
is.
Oh,
Wait, are we really?
you bastard!
Yes.
How could you have
Just
done this
before
to
he
me?
said it.
How could you have done this to me?
We have now created the villain for the second season.
There it is.
Yes. Oh, you love it. You love to hear it. That's oh
He's
man.
like, what?
And that's how Riley got canceled.
It was a little risky, but it paid off.
I think you were actually gonna do it.
I trusted you.
Why? That's a horrible idea.
Oh, how's everybody
Well, you're
doing?
waiting for-
If my
you're waiting
girlfriend's
for
watching,
after
I'm
the
gonna get
stream?
so many questions later.
You're waiting for after the stream to play Minecraft? Someone give me
Yeah.
that
Playing
updated IP. I'm
Minecraft
gonna
right
need that.
now.
I've been playing this
Exactly,
whole
where's-
time.
Seriously, where is the IP? I need to get in.
There
on
was
this.
a period last year when we were playing just the five of us, where we would just be playing Minecraft while we were playing D&D.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
oh yeah, no, yeah, we were absolutely multitasking.
Oh, talking about the pre-stream.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The
And yeah,
before
there's no, like-
times.
There isn't working.
There was no time limit or like necessity to get through the game at any particular
it was
rate.
just
Yeah.
it was a very
We were-
chill hangout.
We're 100% just vibing.
It was good times.
Yeah, and now it's over. Now everything is stress.
Yeah,
I'm having a great
Me-
time.
our hobby has become work.
No, I'm having a good time. It's
That's the
I'm
real
having
American
a great
way.
time.
monetize your passions.
Hell
Yes.
All right. What's Chad up to?
Wanting
We
to
got
blow up my
Tercera,
last
we got
boat.
Norberto.
What did
What's
Norberto
up,
say?
everyone? Thank you for watching, as always.
Oh yes.
Norberto can go
Ooh.
fuck himself. No, I'm just
The
kidding. I
old
love
one and
Norberto.
two. Yeah, that's a mood. I'll be rolling those as soon as the
Big
next time I
mood.
have to make a skill check.
I feel like I've been rolling so bad this entire campaign. Like I feel like Shag consistently rolled ridiculously well for things, and Ragtag just
You know what it
rolls
is?
like
It's-
2s and 3s non-fucking stop.
It's that on-camera stress, you know. It's we get that little shake in
no
our hand.
There's no
Just
technique
that
to
little
dice rolling.
shake in our hand, you know.
No. It's
And
a
honestly-
dice
Dice tray?
performance anxiety.
Nice.
That
Yeah,
honestly does happen to me while I'm streaming Tarkov. Like I'll sometimes get in my head about what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I
Sometimes you just
won't
gotta
play
let
as
go.
good. Yeah. Like sometimes we playing off stream, and I'll just be crushing it, and then I'll get on stream, and I'm just like, oh, I'm hiding in a corner. Please don't shoot me. whiff shot.
I use streams for the opposite. Like streaming is the only time I can just consistently sit down and work on something for like 3 hours straight. Like streaming keeps me from like going off and scrolling on Reddit for 45 minutes every 2 minutes. Because
I should
everybody's
fucking
watching. I
try
can't just
that.
mess around. It's
Yeah,
great.
true.
I should stream just to get work
It helps.
done
It
at a
helps
better
so
rate.
much. I get so much done.
That's funny.
All right, so we're gonna put a camera on you 24/7.
there's
Tercero, no one, you don't simp Riley harder than I have simped Riley for the past 18 years.
I ship it.
All right. Returning to Nikita and Ragtag.
Okay.
So you've had your little conversation in the bounce house. Paid your copper for your minutes of bouncing. And what are you guys doing now?
Question: how much money
I'm
was in
going
that
to the
bag of gold?
bathroom.
It's right over there, Ragtag.
Thank you.
Over there. And I point him to like a porta potty. But it's like the one that Shrek has in the back
Yeah,
of his house.
it's a wooden outhouse.
The wooden outhouse, yeah. And there's like a little river in the street, like underneath, like in old timey England, but it sits right over the outhouse sits right over it, so it just goes
Just
right
drops
out.
right on in.
Yeah. Low river. Anyways, how
I
much
love
money
for
was in
most
that
of
bag?
JD's improvisations to be canon. That one, unfortunately, is not. The running river is in a different district in in Zerith canonically.
No. I'm talking about like the little the water. Like
like
in
a
old
sewer
timey
line.
England. Yeah, the sewer line. Like the old timey
Ah,
England, they had the
Gotcha.
sewer line on the side. That's why it smelled like shit.
dysentery.
Yeah. Europeans are dirty animals. Why you all died of the fucking plague.
Man,
Anyways,
imagine dying to the plague in 2020. That's actually kind of a bad.
yeah,
joke.
couldn't be me.
I'm sorry. That might have been a little too far.
No, it's fine. You're good. What am I saying?
You pointed Ragtag to
I
an
feel better
outhouse
now.
and then something.
Okay, great. I mean, okay, good.
That was weird. Your
much-
voice was different.
I was doing accent for you to make you feel more comfortable.
I hated it.
Okay, well, in next time, go fuck yourself. No. Question. How much? I want to pull out my bag of gold and just kind of go through it real quickly. How much gold did my mother give me?
She gave you 1,000.
She gave me 1,000 gold.
Holy
Let's fucking
shit.
go.
Just gonna.
My
get
mom-
a
Which is
small
exactly
loan of
why she
1,000
was
gold real quick.
trying to like shoo your father away, and why your father was being like, you always give him too much.
I have. Let's go get drink. You want to go get drink? I know good bar. Good bar.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes. Okay. I want to go back to the bar with the God Slayers and the what's it called? The
Want to go back to the
fish
Admirable?
wheels? The Admirable, yeah.
All right.
The
So
bar
you guys,
you named.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
What was it called?
The
so you guys
Admirable Tavern.
you guys hop a cart ride over to the cemetery district.
I would like to get out 2 blocks before.
Okay.
And as we're going, I want to say, drinks for everybody. Drinks for everybody at the Admirable.
That takes
Doing one of
about
those.
2 chants to have about 16 people following you, just like, yeah.
It
Ragtag is
is-
immediately very anxious.
What's the name of the event going on?
The Autumn Spirit Festival.
It's time to drink for Autumn Festival. Let us go. And is the place packed now? Like, are just like people in there?
The Admirable was already packed. It is like evening time at the fest. You're pushing like 11 o'clock at this point. It is evening time at the festival, and it was already packed.
Is there a band in here? Let's get band playing. Let's get band playing. Is there a band playing?
There is a middle-aged halfling man in the corner.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Is this?
I was wondering if he was gonna do it.
Who has is playing a ukulele and has about his eyes are glowing. It's like bright green color, and he has about 7 other instruments floating around him, playing themselves magically.
That's good.
And is singing an absolutely enticing bar dance song, and has the whole place moving.
I want to go up and I want to drop 5 gold. Does he have like a little cup or something?
Sure.
I want to drop 5 gold and I want to look at him, grab his cheek, and say, "Keep it going all night, sweet chicks." And then and keep headed and
Oh, you
go
know
find
it, and blows you a kiss.
and I want to go find the fish wheels.
The fish wheel.
Fish
Was it-
wheels.
Is it
The
fish wheels?
fish wheels.
It's the quick wheels.
Quick
wheels.
fish wheels.
Like fish quick
Yes.
wheels. His name is
Quick-
Fish Quick
The,
Wheel.
the one
Fish
you met
man.
in the previous campaign's name was
Yeah.
Fish. Yes.
Right, the quick wheels. The quick
The-
wheels.
The great grandfather of the ones we've met so far in this
Oh,
campaign.
and I want to go up to the bar and I want to say drinks for everybody and just drop 20 silver. I mean 20 gold. That should be more than enough for everybody, right?
It- for cheap drinks, yeah.
I'm gonna drop 50 gold on the bar to just keep everybody drinking.
Okay.
50 gold. So I spent 55 gold. Let me write that down.
All right, so while you write that down, let's
So
do the math here. We
Null
got,
is
how
like
many square foot?
Null is going crazy, pouring all these
Okay.
drinks, and then just a third arm comes out from his side and just scoops all the gold off the counter without him stopping any of the drink pouring. You do notice Elmia is not there. Instead, behind the bar is a half moon elf man with his hair kind of shaved around the sides and back and pulled up with this like traditional rond like pole that his kind of bun is wrapped around. Wearing kind of loose clothing, almost kimono like. And he's kind of helping Null with the drinks. But while Null is like 3-arm pouring like crazy, he's just kind of taking his time and vibing with some of the patrons and
fit.
hands out a drink, pours a drink, hands out a drink, pours a drink, goes to take a sip, and then hands the drink, and then you see take out a pipe and take a big puff that you recognize the smell as wide stem leaf.
Got it. Could we go find the quick wheels?
They are not at their table right now. The table is there and no one is sitting at it, and stuff is still strewn all about the table. Engineering papers and tools and things like that, but no one is currently sitting at the table.
Let's take. I want to have Ragtag take a seat, and I'm going to I'm going to cross my legs and put them over the top of the seat so that my feet aren't touching the ground. And then I'm gonna point to Ragtag and then point to my legs to kind of show him. Should I roll?
Okay. Yep.
And then I want to sit and wait for a little while to see if the quick wheels show up.
Let's see. Now I get to make a decision.
I know. Isn't
Roll
it,
for
isn't it
Dungeon
so
Master.
weird when you have to do that, Dane?
Uh-huh. Here's the
Yeah, who makes
difference. I have to
decisions?
plan a 3-hour game and then make a decision. You just hear shit and make a decision.
Bold of you to assume we're deciding things.
Uh,
Bold of
Dice
you to assume I'm
decide
paying
all.
attention.
you see,
Who are you people?
you see a older gentleman, maybe in his looks like he's in his 60s or so, kind of white gray hair, pretty tall. He's like 6'4", 6'5", and broad shouldered, kind of a stocky guy. You do notice he has the same kind of green speckling across his skin that Finis and Izana had, and same kind of pointed ears, but not like necessarily elven shaped. It's a slightly different shape to the point. Wearing a big coat, green shoulder pads. Goes and doesn't like sit down and tinker, but just goes and like looks at a couple of the papers, and kind of like oh yeah, this is it, and goes to and starts folding them up. So that's after about half an hour of sitting there, you see him come in, and that's the person who goes to the table.
Hello. We
Hi.
are holding this space for a couple of people.
For who? Space has been held for
for-
my family for ages.
Your family. Oh, then the quick wheels. You are quick wheel.
Yes, Zara's Quickwheel. Very nice to meet you.
Zaris, Nikita, and
Ragtag
yes.
Farnswallop.
My My niece and nephew told me about you. They said you were talking to them for quite some time the other day about some of their new contraptions.
Yeah. And he blushes a little bit.
Such
Please
such
have
intelligence is always encouraged in my family.
Please sit down with us. Actually, I would love to have you sit with us.
I wish I could. I've got much to do. But was there something you needed?
We would
I have a hypothetical question.
Yes, we had a hypothetical question. If you could please just, sit down with us.
I suppose I could have one drink. No! And he just holds his hand up, and then, like, after a second, just whoosh, a mug just, he catches a mug in thin air, and just starts sipping. Oh, he's been doing that since Grandpa, and sits down.
My people, Dro'qar, we find it rude if you don't sit while crossing your legs on chair. It's an ancient tradition, but it would make me feel much more comfortable if you did.
And Ragtag winks at him.
He sits down and immediately crosses his legs and gives you a look that you can see. He's like, I've hung out with Dro'qar before. I'm aware you're full of shit, and that the fact that you are insisting this probably means something. Like there's just that immediate understanding in his face.
I'm gonna go like, thank you, appreciate. So, Ragtag, do you want to explain?
There's a
Hypothetically speaking,
hypothetically speaking, what do you know about seers and would scrying be the right term for what she was doing?
Kind of. Scrying is more of an arcane thing.
Okay.
It's like a wizard casts scrying. She's doing something that, from what you've gathered, from what you learned about it, is kind of similar to scrying, at least. But he did Bjorn did specify she is not doing anything arcane.
Okay. What do you know about seers who can sense vibrations through the earth and it allows them to see across the world? Is there anything you could do to enhance or modify their sight?
Seers are a rare breed. I'm related to one, but she's the first in our family, and you've met my niece and nephew. Their niece is a seer druid. It's a very strange type of person, and that's coming from a quick wheel. What you see and how you see it changes how you see the things immediately around you as well. And it makes you into, dare I say, a different person than you might be otherwise. It's interesting that you're asking of that. They're very, very uncommon, especially in these parts. My family has many different origins, shall we say. Kind of a running joke that none of us really know what any of us are. A quick wheel is a quick wheel, we say. But outside that, it's something we've really only seen in some of the most remote and powerful druids of Ethshara and of Hist. And even then, sometimes generations go by without a seer. How the magic works is a bit strange. You're kind of on, it's not so much based on vibrations as it is a connection of energy. Now, how that energy moves, that's not really my field of expertise. I'm a bit more nuts and bolts and wrenches is where I tend to excel a bit more.
anyone you could possibly put us in direction of such understanding of energy that we could go and talk to perhaps Arcane, perhaps someone at the coalition who might know something.
I didn't know it was
I
druid related. I feel like we could
It's-
actually.
it's druid. It's only druids that can have sight. That's
Uh,
good call, Ragtag.
It's not only druids, it's just most commonly them. They have the strongest connection to nature naturally.
I wonder if. I wonder if Galadh would have any insight.
You hope that he has insight on being able to see, you say?
As a druid, I feel like he'd at least know something about the mechanics of it.
Well, we do not know where Galadh is at this point, so I don't
Yeah.
think that is the
Only we
something
had
that
a
we could
seer.
do.
Well, you asked about the coalition. I do actually doubt they would have very much about it. It's not really arcane, and most of the coalition's studies are just into the arcane and how to deeper understand it. But perhaps the crystal athenium in Sinitra and Lyria, while arcane is still their primary focus, they've at least amassed much more information on many more types of magic. On history, they probably have the largest collection in the world, as far as I would be aware.
There is also the druid recluse area that we have here in city, where they have house built inside of tree or something. If I remember, I've only passed by 1 or 2 times.
Ah, yes, I've visited them from time to time. Very, very kind fellows. I am aware there are no seer druids there. They may
But
know
perhaps
about it. They may have
Yes.
information. I couldn't tell you they don't.
I think maybe that would be good place to start here in city, and then we will perhaps find our way to question.
Yes.
So, is it possible to disrupt this energy when there is so much action around us like this? Maybe make it harder to decipher.
It is very possible that such a great concentration of energy may make focusing on a particular bit of it more difficult.
Okay, good. I appreciate time. Could you do quick favor for me? Could you leave? Could I get your Could I get your autograph for my friend Ragtag here? I know he is big fan of your family. I know he's a little bit on shy side.
It's
Ragtag's blushing again.
it's not the
Actually-
most often that I get asked for the autograph. Usually that gentleman behind the bar is the one getting asked. Mr. Prime over there.
I don't know who he is. But actually, what if he signs 9 ball for you, Ragtag? Show him your design. It is great design.
This is I have 8-ball right now. And he pulls out 8-ball.
Okay.
It's a little homunculus of infused with a. It's a simple infusion, but he's cute.
And he holds his hand out to have 8-ball kind of hop into his hand. Does 8-ball do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he kind of looks at it and kind of turns his hand as 8-ball walks around it, and just very interesting design to do it with a billiards ball. I've seen similar projects. My grandson Asidarius has built such things before. I usually just build machinery. Asidarius has actually gotten better at infusing it with magic, much like my grandfather did. But he hasn't done it. He's yet to do it with a billiards ball. This is very ingenious, I would even say, to do it with something so simple and easily available. Very nice. And I'm not usually the one getting asked for autographs out of my my group of friends, so I don't carry a pen. And he kind of just looks around the table, like just wanting to like be nice enough to do the one thing he was asking. Just,
Ragtag
and
absolutely
fine.
still has a pen. Oh.
He was gonna find like something that could potentially etch it in, and
Yeah,
then
there you
sees
go,
you
perfect.
pull something out, and he's just oh yes, this much less abrasive.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
And signs a very sloppy Zaris quick wheel, but it looks like he tried, but he just doesn't have neat handwriting.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Again, I must be going. I have much to attend to. I hope I was of some kind of help to you.
Absolutely.
He etched it in.
No, he just signed it because Ragtag did have a
Okay.
writing utensil.
Fantasy
Okay,
Sharpie.
Fantasy Sharpie. We'll
Well,
say he
I
signed it on the back, not over the eye aperture.
Well, we appreciate your time, and we wish you the best of luck. And thank you.
You're very welcome. And he kind of like looks at your crossed legs again with just this air of just like something's up. I don't know what, but I hope everything is all right. Like you could read that from his eyes. And then he leaves.
So, Ragtag, any more thoughts for today, or would you like to get back to house and?
I would like to. Where was the place we were going to research next?
We're going to go to Druids, Recluse, Reserve. What is let me remember the
It's
name.
the Earth. Pull my list up.
Where they smell like patchouli oil all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the Druids. We will go to Druids first, and then possibly go to Lydia.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. Let's
The Earth Speakers.
let's head back.
With a Druids Guild.
Great, fantastic. Did you want to go now? It's getting kind of late. Maybe we pick up some kielbasa on the way back.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, we get kielbasa.
All right. So you guys start to make your way back to the apartment, and with that, we will switch back over to Thrag and Galadh.
You say so.
So you weave through the outskirts of the city, trying to kind of be as stealthy as you can. You ultimately come up to a boarded up abandoned building that Nadia kind of digs around in the dirt like next to and scrapes off from a couple of the boards on the wall this like secret entrance rope that kind of acts as a pulley, which like shoves the wall out a little bit and gives you this kind of like shimmy in entrance to the building. She closes that behind you guys, and you guys run upstairs. She leads you up to the third floor, and you see it's pretty run down. There's holes in the floors. It's dust everywhere, cobwebs everywhere. It looks like it hasn't been lived in decades. But it does look like it was at some point potentially a residential home or a grouping of different little residences in one building. Running up to the third floor, she goes and up to one door in particular, puts the key in, unlocks it, starts to open the door, and whing, a blade sticks into the door frame about an inch from her face, causing her to jump back and yelp. And then you just hear a voice. No down, no feathers. And she catches her breath and then responds, the bird falls from the sun. And then the blade disappears. You should knock next time before barging in. She kind of goes, okay. And opens the door the rest of the way. You now see a faded, beaten up couch in the middle of this room with a man sitting up on it, shirtless, with just some simple cloth pants and shim wraps and kind of rubbing an eye, looks like just woke up from a nap, is a draconian man. He's got shoulder-length brown hair, orange eyes, and a scar running down his left eye. You see draconian tribal tattoos on his whole left arm, down his fingers, up his shoulder, and on his ribs, and more from his right elbow down to his fingers. Nadia stops and looks somewhat shocked for a moment. Just, wait a second. You're the Ghost Walker. Which I'm actually going to have both of you roll history checks.
Ooh. Do I get advantage for my time in Draconia?
Yes.
Can't wait to roll 2 natural ones. Ooh. I'll take a 14.
I have a 13.
You are both very aware of the name the Ghost Walker. There are legends around this name. The Ghost Walker is the name given to one of the 7 founding members of the Godslayers 200-ish years ago. And one of the most sung about war heroes of not just the Reclamation War, but tons of battles before that. And absolutely what would be one of the most popular current warriors of the living age. And the legends say that he's unseeable, untouchable, one of the deadliest men alive. And
Thrag goes over and pokes him.
You walk up to the couch. As you get like within a step from him, he's just not there anymore.
Oh.
And he's like now by a table in the back of the room, like pouring a drink. Like it was that fast. And just kind of still stretching a little bit and just, yes, I've been called that. You don't need to. I've always hated the formalities and titles. It's stupid. Just call me a Plodicus.
Oh, a lot of legacy characters in here today.
Yep.
I didn't expect
I
all
had a
that.
feeling.
I had to figure out which ones were showing up where.
Wow.
You match descriptions I was given. Galadh Thrag, and he points to the wrong one of you. He points to Thrag and says Galadh, and Galadh says Thrag.
No, the other way.
Do I look like a Galadh to you?
Fair. Sorry, I'm still waking up. Elmia reached out to Adema, and she said she needed someone high-ranking in Farage, that we would be expecting you, and you would need some help. I was already here on personal business with a card game that I could have done a little bit better in, and I drank a whole lot last night. I was hoping to nap most of today, but I was here, so I said, yeah, sure, why not? I thought I would find you after my nap, but you came to me. That's actually quite convenient.
Really
Thank you. And then he sits back down on the couch and kind of leans arms back, kicks his barefoot, kicks his feet up. So,
you know what does really wonders for a hangover?
I do. I've had these. Oh God, so many times now.
So you are aware, and I pull out the jug, that it is more drinking.
Oh, you're young. I figured out that was wrong about 100 years ago. Which, like, to say 100 years ago, it's like he looks in his 20s. Like he's clearly still a young Draconian, but they live a long time. So you're getting the feeling now he's probably older than at least a couple of you, if not all of you. And he says, "But I don't have much else in here, so sure, pour me a little bit."
I paid 15 gold for this. I hope it's gonna come out well. And I
He
go
just-
ahead and pour a cup.
He like fiddles around next to the couch for a minute in a sack, and then just tosses you 2 gold.
I wasn't asking for money.
No, but you'll want that much back. And then he takes takes a sip, and just like a little bit of the like burn in the face, but it settles really quickly. All right, that'll wake you up a little bit. So, what happened? What's going on? She just said you would be needing help. Are people chasing you?
Yes, so we have inadvertently stumbled across a group who claims to be trying to change the world and possibly either bring back the dead or possibly even give everybody the power to revive people. Not
Is it a
mention
cult?
Whatever.
It's always a
It's
fucking cult.
When isn't it like a goddamn cult?
God, I feel like I guess it has been a little while. It has been a little while since the last time there was a cult.
I
It's always
believe
a
they
fucking
call
cult.
themselves the
I'll drink
Onyx
to that.
Brotherhood.
At least they
And
have a cooler name than a lot of the stupid fucking cults.
And they
All right, so-
they seem to be after these people that they called scions, as well as an item in our possession that stems from the Second Age.
He does look, as you mentioned, they're after scions. He does seem to like pay a little bit more attention. Focus a little bit less on his like groggy "wake myself up" attitude, and does kind of just like look up at you at that.
Yeah.
Just have they found any?
They have found at least one that we're aware of.
And according to your friends here, they found another.
Oh. All right. There will be some work to do then. As he says that much, you hear some like commotion outside, like there's people being like kind of shoved about. And he just kind of rolls his eyes and just says, Did you fully loose them and take a route around the city before you came here?
I'll be honest, we are following them.
I think we did, but apparently not.
At which point,
we
Nadia and
new
Kyrie
here.
look at each other and just like, with looks of like, oh shit, they did tell us to do that if there was an emergency, kind of look on their face. And he gets up.
Ah, young ones.
He gets up, kind of starts stretching a little bit, grabs his, lets his hands out, and 2 swords suddenly appear in his hands, and goes up, like, leans against the window and just kind of peers out the side. Just goes, 15 of them, all armed. Stay here. And steps up into the window frame and starts to lean out like he's about to jump out of it. And just as he gets to like the threshold, completely disappears. And at which point Nadia just runs up to the window.
Thrag is going to grab her by the back of her shirt and pull her back in. Are you crazy?
He's a legend. There aren't many times in our lives that we make it to see someone like this
He
fight.
told us to stay inside.
I'll stay inside. I just want to look.
Out the window.
I just want to look. And she kind of
No.
like crouches by the window to try and like peek out. There. And I'll say you can see from the angle you're at, kind of across a couple buildings down, on one of the few actually slanted roofs, on these like mostly square built buildings with a lot of flat roofs. The one kind of slanted roof you see, he's on there, still shirtless and barefoot. And he's kind of like sneaking down to the edge of it. And this is like 300 feet away that he's already there. It's been less than a second. And you can also see this group of men kind of closing in on your building, all armed to the teeth with various things. And the streets are kind of clearing out since there is clearly this force coming through.
Shit going down.
He gets to the edge, waits until the very last one gets past the point that he is, and then just drops off the roof, which is a second-story roof. Just drops down the 2 floors onto the last guy. Gets the blade like into the neck at an angle right as he lands on him. You see the mouth open to scream, and no sound comes out of the guy that he got. And he. And it's quick. He lands on him, gets the blade, pulls it out, and immediately turns it and throws it right into the back of the head of the next guy up, who immediately falls. Before the body hits the ground, the blade is back in his hand, and he is behind the third guy, who he sticks it into that guy's neck, and then flips the blade front-handed and goes to slit the guy's throat, which should seem redundant, except right as the blade's about to go, he's already disappeared and at the next guy, slitting his throat, and then flips the blade one more time, throws it into the next guy's face, who finally someone turns and realizes he's there, and just as the blade hits him right between the eyes, and before his body can fall, Aplodicus is there and pulls the blade out, and then kind of flips it back up front. And now the other 10 guys turn around, and he just goes, all right, let's go.
Can I just say, Halric, my old character, for those of you in chat, is so proud of this, and he's like long dead.
At which point, you hear immediately behind you, Kyrie go, oh shit! And then a huge, like, as the door to the room you're in gets kicked in and completely shattered and splintered, and the Goliath is standing in the door frame.
Oh,
I need you guys to open up Astral.
Let's go.
Oh, all right.
Looks
All
like
right.
I get some action too.
And we haven't long rested since the last
Nope.
time.
You
We
have
even
not.
short rested.
Oh no!
Oh,
Nope.
I didn't know that.
We haven't had a chance to do any of it.
Uh-oh. It's a good thing I saved some third levels.
Thrag got a 12.
For initiative?
Yeah.
Yes, 12 for initiative for Thrag.
All right, hold on. First, I need to get your characters in here.
Yeah,
Yes,
that would be
um,
appreciated.
Kyrie rolled a dirty 20.
And yes, Dean and Jaydee will be
And
controlling
Nadia rolled a
Kyrie and
21.
Nadia.
Yo. All right, I'm in
Awesome.
for this.
Yeah, we wanted to surprise you.
I approve. I'm here for it.
I
Oh,
am
this is
so down for this.
This is like when I jumped into Greg. I love it. Just getting
Um,
those random one-shot characters.
all right.
Oh,
I
look,
need to get it
Barishnikov
so...
is in the initiative roll.
Wait, what?
Barishnikov
Yes.
is the initiative
From the
roll.
last time we were in Astral,
Yes.
which was Nikita's apartment,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
guys were getting
He's
robbed.
just here watching.
So
He's just
Nikita
chilling
and
on
the
Ragtag
couch.
are not in this initiative. Instead, we have this guy.
I don't see anybody.
I don't see
Um,
anybody either.
Yes,
I can
so
see
I need
4.
to assign Kyrie and Nadia to you guys, which I
I
okay,
see.
assigned to
Okay.
player JD. You're Kyrie.
I'm Kyrie, yeah.
That's right, and
Keyboard.
Dean is Nadia.
You never
um,
take Kyrie's heart.
Okay. Do you see the map now?
Nadia, with that attitude, you won't.
I'm gonna
Hey,
refresh.
Nadia business.
Ah.
No, I still.
I
I'm
still see
Nikita.
Nikita and Ragtag
Hmm.
on the. I think it's because we're
Hmm.
attached to those characters.
Yeah, can you just make Nikita
could just put
into
us
it, and
there
we'll
on the
just- yeah,
sideline.
we'll
I guess,
pretend,
yeah, I'll just do that. Because I did
Seems
assign the
easier.
new ones to you, so you should be able to control them.
Okay,
I'll
I
put
can switch
Nikita over
characters.
here and
Oh, you can
Ragtag
switch
over
Characters.
here,
Yeah,
even
switch
though they
characters.
are not here.
I'm Kyrie
weird.
now. Yeah, you click on your icon in the bottom
I
left.
got it.
that's-
Beautiful.
All right.
Is this a door up here?
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys had come from that hallway into the room that's on the left. There's that one other door that is closed right now, but all right. So back to initiatives. What did everyone roll again? Thrag,
12.
Nadia,
21.
Kyrie,
Dirty 20.
Galadh.
7.
Very good. All right, Nadia, you're up. Kyrie, you're on deck.
Okay. I don't know how to play rogues. She turns around. She turns around, screams, "Oh shit!" and throws a dart at the Goliath.
Again, power crowd.
And gets a math 21 to hit.
21 is gonna hit.
Thank God. I'd be terrified if it didn't.
Yeah.
That does 8 damage.
Right. And do you have anything else you're doing this turn?
Yeah, she is going to no. No, I don't.
All right. Then Kyrie, you're up. Thrag, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna open this door. I'm gonna kick it open. So that's 5, 10, 15. From here, I'm gonna open up this door right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking about the door in the room you're in. There is not a
this-
door into the hallway from that room.
Wait.
The
So what's this
hallway
here?
only goes into the rooms on either side of the hallway.
So what's this right here then?
What you just went through from the room you were in into that room is a door, but like where your icon is right now is just a wall.
You sure that's not a door?
In the layout of the building I created, yes.
Damn it! I was gonna do so. I wanted to open both of these doors and then like snipe him from like back here.
Nope.
All right.
No door there
Well-
for that.
Okay, then I'm gonna jump back here. And is this like a dresser right here?
This table.
I'm gonna jump on top of the table.
Sure, it's a
and I'm
small
gonna
table.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a shot at him.
All
So
right.
that's gonna be. Oh, it's a 20. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so my longbow is 1d8 plus 4. And then I multiply it by 2, right?
Yes.
5, 9, 18 damage.
All right.
Not bad.
So I just kind of like the moment it comes in, I kind of take grab my bow, jump on top of the table, and I kind of aim for like the top of his head and take a shot, trying to hit him between the
So we'll say
like the spaces in his mask.
the dart that Nadia threw hits him kind of in the exposed bicep area where there's a break in his armor. The arrow just kind of skims across the side of his head and does hurt him, but he is big and hardy and doesn't seem slowed down by it. Thrag, you're up. Galadh, you're on deck.
All right. So Thrag is. I'm gonna rush right up to him, and I'm gonna go ahead and with my great axe do some damage. I hope.
You did damage going.
I'm not doing damage. Extra attack does a 23 hit.
23 hits.
12. Oh, max damage. That's going to be 15 slashing damage.
Nice. The dart hits, the arrow skims, and then you just come in, miss your first attack, but then get another one in that kind of like it hits mostly armor, but digs through a little bit, and you can feel it hit a little bit of flesh on the other side. But in response, he just smiles and just.
I can't imagine the size difference between Thrag.
How tall is
and
Thrag?
the behemoth.
Thrag's like, you said what, like 3'6" or like 4 foot?
I think it was 4'6".
Oh, 4'6". Okay, he's the bigger end of a dwarf then.
Yeah.
So he's not twice as tall as you, but he's almost twice as tall as you.
Aim for the kneecaps.
We'll say the area of armor that you broke through was leg armor. We can do that. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
So now it is his turn. So he is going to take a big ol' swing at you since you're the one who just charged right in his path
Hell yeah.
with a massive stone great axe that, like, yours is a dwarf-sized great axe. His is a Goliath-sized great axe. The blade, just the axe blade of this weapon is like as big as you are.
I was gonna say this is a dwarf-sized great axe.
Yes, it is.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a little.
It's the rhetorical ones that hurt.
Yeah, it really is.
Right, that first attack does 10 damage. I'm sorry, 11 damage. And then he goes for his second strike. This is a 19 hit.
Yes.
Okay. That one is going to do 12. So 23 in total, as he just takes two big boom, boom strikes down on you.
Yep.
All right, Galadh, you're up. Nadia, you're on deck.
Man. I'm really not set up for combat right now. Okay. Okay. You said he's almost twice as tall as Thrag, right?
Correct.
Would that count as a 5-foot difference by any chance? The top of him to the
No,
top
it's a
of...
3.5 foot difference.
It makes me sad. Okay. All right. I guess plan B. We will cast Fairy Fire on him. So I'm going to need him to make a Dex 14 save.
All right. 16.
Okay. Yep. So a whole lot of not very much happens then.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here then. That's about all I got.
So Galadh casts the spell. Malig is able to avoid it, and you come off to kind of a cover behind the couch. Nadia, you're up. Kyrie, you're on deck.
Okay, Nadia's got her senses about her, and she now like kind of has her head in the game. She's gonna sneak up, kind of behind Thrag here,
Mm-hmm.
and first take just wing a dart at Malig, and fuck, does an 8 hit?
8 does not hit.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Then she's gonna sneak in a little bit further, and with two-handed weapon fighting, she is going to take a stab with. I have to ask. The dagger I have,
Mm-hmm.
is its partner present?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I just
No.
want to take it out.
No. Okay. It.
Yeah.
I think
so
you thought it
wielding
was a different thing than it is.
Oh, okay.
Really? Oh well, why'd you name it that?
I didn't. The vicious dagger is an actual
I have
item
a
in
dagger
D&D
named
Beyond.
Vicious Dagger.
I'm upset.
I thought I was holding Vicious,
No.
Yep, that's
the
exactly what I
legendary
thought you were
weapon
holding.
from our last campaign. Damn
No.
it!
Now I'm sad. Come on.
No,
That would have been insane for Nadia to
a
have.
new tier Godslayer in Dune Rasheen
Yeah,
does
it's
not
probably not
have
going to be wielding vicious.
Excuse me. What? Remind me what Halric gave to just a guard. I gave I can't remember exactly which legacy weapon it was, but I just gave a random legacy weapon.
That's true.
to
You
just
did.
a guard.
I forgot about that.
Aw, darn. Never
I knew
mind
the
then.
implications of that.
For a second, Nadia's really psyched about the dagger, and then she's just like, "Oh, okay,"
Yeah.
and then stabs him with it. Does a
Vicious dagger.
18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Cool.
And because Thrag is within 5 feet, you have sneak attack.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. Base damage is 6, and then sneak attack is an extra 4d6. 6. That's 11, 12, and 15. So 15 plus 6. 21 total damage on that one.
All right.
It's at that point that Nadia realizes that the dagger, while it looks like vicious, the dagger, it says Maiden Rondai on the bottom. Of the
It doesn't look
and then
like
I'm-
that. Vicious, the
And then I'm going to
actual,
use.
I think technically it's a short sword. Is dragon glass and of draconian make. The one she has is like one of those
Yeah.
like curvy Dune Rasheen made daggers.
Yeah,
And then
just
she's going to use
wiggly dagger.
disengage. She's going to use cunning action to disengage and take about 10 feet back.
Gotcha. All right,
Wiggly
Kyrie, you're
dagger's
up.
like
Thrag, you're on
arrows.
deck.
Rogues.
Yeah.
Going to because I have like I'm standing on the table, can I have like a line of sight over Thrag's head?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna take another shot at him. Oh, landed on my keyboard.
Isn't it nice when the tank is short?
It really is. That's kind of what I was hoping.
Nope, that looks
for
like a
the
natural
initial
one.
That it does.
No, it's another natural 20. You're gonna think I'm lying to you.
Mhm.
We trust you, JD.
We need
You
to
know,
get
I
dice.
didn't.
Nadia
That
turns
performance,
back to- Nadia turns back to
performance,
Kyrie.
the dedication to all this, I'm with it.
Nadia turns back. She's
Uh,
like, "Get lucky shots today. Normally
Oh,
you're
minimal,
shit."
minimal damage. Minimal damage.
The world is
Fighter
correcting
wonders
itself.
them.
4, 10 damage.
All right.
Minimal damage. And that's my attack.
All right. So now
I legit rolled a 20 and then a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can double your damage. You
hit
can double
kind
this
of
one.
like an area, another break in the armor from where Nadia had got the dagger in. And you can see now that area is starting to bleed a little bit more. He's still up and kicking, but he's looking a little more hurt than he was. Thrag, you're up. Galadh, you're on deck.
Hell yeah. All right, Thrag's gonna go for a like a hook slash on the back of one of his knees.
Mm.
If I could roll this dice and keep it on my desk. I had my book on my freaking dice tray.
Dice in the lap gang, rise up.
That's a 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Okay.
So you go for the hook shot, but it doesn't dig into the armor enough, and you mostly just get the blunt
Slides
end of the
off,
axe
yeah.
hitting on the armor.
All right, and then extra attack. 16.
16 does hit.
Beautiful. Just needed one extra point, guys. That was it. And that's going to be 9 slashing damage.
All right.
And then with my bonus action, I am going to pop my second wind. 6 plus fire level. So I'm gonna gain back 13 health,
All right.
and that's my turn.
Cool. All right. So now it is his turn. You're still his blockade into this room, so he's trying to take you out so that he can move in and then take out all the squishy people. Does a 15 hit?
No.
All right. He's gonna then take a second swing there. That's a 28. That hits.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Big difference in those dice rolls.
Needed 29 there.
And that's going to be
Definitely
16
not.
damage from that hit. But realizing that you're all skilled enough that this is actually a harder fight than he initially anticipated, he is going to first use Second Wind as a bonus action, giving
Hey, that's
him
my move.
18 health back.
That's all the damage I put into him.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's then
awesome.
going to action surge and hit you 2 more times.
Ah!
First one is
Aw.
27.
Ah!
Being sad.
So that is going to be 18 damage from that one. And second one is a 17.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. So he kind of like just bulks himself up, just flexes himself in a way that mid fight he's just takes a big deep breath and kind of stifles some of that damage, and then just takes a big swing and just kind of knocks you halfway onto your ass. But then you kind of are able to duck out of the way of the second one being a
How much
smaller
damage
target.
was that first hit?
That was 18 damage from that hit, I believe.
Ouch.
Yeah. Cool. Galadh, you're up. Nadia, you're on deck.
All right. Give me a strength save. I am casting Entangle on him.
Ooh, that's a 28 strength save.
Yeah, I kind of figured that wasn't gonna.
I'm just picturing vines coming up and then him just like effortlessly snapping them.
Yeah.
He just flexes.
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't use his axe to cut them. The vines are coming, and he's just like right as they're grabbing, grab, snap, and he's
Yeah.
like not taking his focus off of
plucking
Thrag.
dandelions.
All right.
Man, hold on.
You guys say anything else you got?
Armstrong for Full Metal.
There's nothing I can do.
Sparkle.
Like, no, I got nothing else I can do.
All right. Nadia, you're up. Kyrie, you're on deck.
Okay. Nadia's going to stick with what works and throw another dart. And just whiff it. She's real rough with the darts today. It's ironic. He's so big, and yet... And then,
You're hitting like center mass. They're just bouncing off the armor.
yeah. She's going to move in, go with dagger again. And just 2 crit ones in a row. It's rough. She's going to cunning action and disengage back.
I'm gonna say,
I told you, I'm rolling really bad this campaign.
yeah.
I've never rolled 2 crit ones in a row.
I'm gonna say with 2 crit ones in a row, you
Oh God.
lose your footing and can't disengage.
Ah.
You are there.
Oh boy.
All right,
Yeah,
Kyrie,
she goes to get out and she okay. Does that mean I take attack of
you
opportunity?
don't take the attack of opportunity,
Okay,
but
I
you're
just
not
don't get
able
out.
to get out of there.
Okay,
Kyrie,
okay.
you're up.
Okay. Is Nadia at all in my way of hitting Malik?
She just fell on her ass, so not really.
Okay, so I'm gonna take another shot with my bow.
Unless you roll a natural one. Oh,
I
it's a
think my
natural one.
dice are broken today.
Same.
I hit another nat 20. You don't believe
Damn
me?
it!
Okay, at least
That's where all
somebody's
my
doing
rolls have
something.
gone.
I hit another
Oh.
one. I
All right.
swear to God, I've been rolling fucking.
Roll your fucking damage.
This man's using weighted die.
Oh
I
yeah,
think so.
I think both of them are.
JD, why don't you show us that
Beans are
die
weighted
real
towards
quick?
one.
wa-
JD puts it up. It's
Don't
just
switch
20s
them.
all the way
Yes,
around.
yeah.
Yep, I can see the dice on the table. Can't see
It does exist. Yes.
the number.
We absolutely need to get dice cams at some point.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
Oh, I have one. I have a second camera I could use.
Oh,
Anyways,
no.
That's just another added layer of complexity to the stream.
That's true.
12, 20 damage.
All right, he is going to use Stone's Endurance as a reaction to take 13 off of that. So
Then why even hit him?
still did 7 damage. Tough motherfucker.
I'm gonna put it in this thing and then I'm gonna roll it like this next one.
It's going to come out as another 20. I'm calling it out.
Imagine.
God. All right, Thrag,
Play
you're
the
up.
lotto.
Galadh, you're on deck.
Yeah, right. Why am I gonna play the lotto? I'm using all my luck right now on fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, really.
All right. I'm going to. Oh shit.
You're gonna shit?
No, but not. I get the message from like Professor Oak. This is not the time to do
Yeah.
that. And to use this. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to. Shit. I'm just gonna try to aim for center
Again?
mass. So, yeah. No. I don't know. I just that's not gonna hit. Extra attack. That's even less of a chance of hitting. No. Drag just pings off his armor twice.
Mhm. And yeah, you don't have an action surge.
I don't. No, not at all. All right. That's my turn.
All right.
That's what I got.
His turn. He is going to swing for Nadia because she keeps like annoying pricking him, and now she's down. So since she is down and in melee range, he has advantage. But he rolled the same thing twice in a row, which didn't matter. But that thing is a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Can Thrag use a reaction to dive in front of
All right,
this?
Aoth.
Stop playing the same character in every campaign, Riley.
Yeah.
I'm the tank. I'm gonna be a tank.
I am gonna say
What's that mean?
no because you just you just attacked him, so you don't also have time to then like take a defensive
I
action.
didn't use a reaction. I didn't use my bonus action. I didn't even use movement.
So Nadia, that is 12 damage to you as he brings the great axe down on you. And then he's gonna go for a second shot. That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. And
Don't even have time
that
with the
time is gonna
second
be
attack.
18 damage.
What was the first amount?
12. So it's
Oh.
30 total.
Oh
She's
no.
stunned.
Oh no.
So the axe just
And not
comes
looking
down,
good.
and while she's able to like roll just enough to keep it from hitting vital areas, it still fucks her up on various parts of her torso, and she's now like and kind of spitting a little bit of blood up.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
All right, Galadh, you're up.
This is usual.
Nadia, you're
All right.
oh, Nadia's stunned, so Kyrie, you're on deck.
Yes, I get to play the healer. I'm just gonna run up, kind of grab Nadia by the arms and just try and pull her backwards. And while I'm doing that, cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds. So you will get. Oh, I gotta get some D8s here. It's D8. That's D8. That's D8. $19 HP back.
Oh, thank God.
Are you no longer stunned?
If that's how it works, then yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And so
Yes.
I'm gonna
By,
do what
by
I can.
your turn,
to...
you have been healed enough that you are no longer in that physical.
Sweet.
Yeah,
You're
so
not in shock.
Mhm.
and I'm gonna do what I can to drag you.
Yeah. So make a strength
backwards
check.
a bit. Uh-oh. I don't have strength. I rolled a 10, exactly average.
She's pretty small, so I'm gonna say a 10 is enough to at least get her back 5 feet.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, I can't go.
but that gives Malig an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
Are you still gonna try to do that?
No,
You
I'm
would
not
be
gonna try
aware
to
that
do
he's
that.
gonna take another swing as you
Yeah,
as you
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna do that.
Okay, so you just go up and heal her. All right,
Can
Nadia.
I be ready to pull her out of the way in case he does make an attack?
I'll give
Like
you
to-
that. Sure.
Okay.
I'll say you're setting yourself up for a reaction.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Nadia, you're up. Kyrie, you are on deck.
Okay. Nadia is going to. Nadia's kind of a one-trick pony. That's because Dean doesn't understand rogues. She says, "I feel like this should work," and throws another dart at him.
I like that. I like that you made a Dune Sun Elf British.
You already made her British.
No, I was speaking like kind of soft Egyptian. Not well because I
can't
suck
even
at
try
accents,
that.
but
Well, I mean, the British have been there, so.
I do Russian and kind of British. There you go.
fair.
To all our British viewers, stop invading places. We don't want to be conquered. We don't want to be colonized. We are free.
All right,
like
jeez,
tea.
I got the message. Calm down. Ah.
And as she sees the dart stick in him, she's like, "It did work," because she rolled a 24.
Nice.
Let's go.
That doesn't hit.
I seriously think my dice tray is the problem, because that's the first roll I've done not in the dice tray. She did get 5 for her base damage and sneak attack.
Very
2,
superstitious.
8,
Rolling of the dice.
13, and 19. So 19 plus 5, 24 damage from that dart. And then she's going to go with a, then she's going to...
That hit in his neck. That hit like a vital
Love it.
spot. And now you see him kind of reel and like put his hand up to try
Good.
and like,
As she sees
block
him react to that, she locks eyes with him and then shoves a dagger into him with a 26.
26
Let's
does hit.
go.
Fucking
Sneak
beautiful.
attack is
is
only once per turn though, so this is just going to be regular damage.
Okay, then this does 6 damage.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
she's going to disengage and duck back. She just kind of like zooms backward.
I will say that next one, if she was coming up with it, did get into a torso area under his arm, broke through his armor, and that gets him kind of down. He's not prone, but he's like halfway to a knee, which I will say is gonna give Thrag advantage on his next shot because he's lower.
As she's gliding backward with the disengage, she's definitely just like double flipping him off.
All right, Kyrie, you're up. Thrag, you're on deck.
Ooh. 24.
24 does hit.
Okay. Oh wait, I wanted to move first. Well, I
Although
it's fine. I'll just
now,
stay there. I was actually
although
gonna
now
move over-
Galadh is kind of in your way.
No, what I was gonna do is I was gonna
Yeah, 'cause
jump.
I'm
I was gonna
tall.
move over here on top of this sofa to kind of still get like back here. Do I have like an angle?
Oh
here
no, you
on
have
him?
no angle from him back there. The wall's in the way.
Like from here, from the angle like through the door, because he's kind of short.
I'll say you.
If you want to give
you
him
have
half
a shot,
cover.
but it's at disadvantage.
Okay. Uh, 19.
19 does hit though.
Okay. And I'm going to add in the attack to my attack Colossus Slayer, which lets me add a 1d8 if it's below HP maximum.
Nice.
So I'm gonna roll a 1d8.
I'm very fond of that feature of the 5e
I was gonna say,
Ranger.
somebody
Yeah.
used that in the
I
one-shot.
spammed the shit out of that
I thought
as
so.
far.
That was great. I
You
remember
can
that.
use that
Nine.
once per turn.
Oh, I could have used it every turn?
Yeah, you can use it once per turn. I forgot about it.
those
I thought it was
crits! All those crits!
not 13 damage.
F's in chat.
Even with enough, Kyrie, as you see him kind of sink down a little bit more and you get just a slightly clearer image of the top of his head, you kind of, all right, bullseye, and pull back and shoot with the added aimed technique for a larger weight bring down with that Colossus Slayer shot, and it hits him dead in the top of the skull. And you then see, and he falls forward, almost hitting Thrag.
As his head falls forward, the arrow is like so perfectly placed in his head that when he hits the ground, the arrow continues going through the head. So just the feathers are in his head, and the rest of the arrow sticking out the back.
Amazing.
I like it. All right, and with that, the Goliath is down, and then you hear, and I can see what was the light coming in from the window now blocked, and turned around and see Aplodicus now standing in the window, who just kind of casually hops down. Just, oh, good timing, good job, and
GG's.
Thrag turns around, goes, "Does anyone have any bandages?" Ah!
I'll go up to him and man, what do I have left on spell slots?
Because Thrag is not looking pretty right now.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna get a. Hold on, I get my D8 again, and I gotta get my other D8 again, and I gotta get my other D8 again. So you're getting a 3rd level cure wounds as well.
Beautiful. Had you let Thrag take that hit for Nadia, yeah, Thrag would be on like death's doorstep right now.
Ooh. All right, you get 15 back.
Oh, that gives him a little bit of. Gives him a little more.
we can kill the combat
Little
music.
breath.
The Goliath's dead.
Yeah. Turns out the combat music
just
was
rocking you.
still active for a reason.
Yeah.
So
stabbed in the back.
So Plodicus just kind of makes his way over to the couch that Kyrie is still standing on, and just slumps back into it again and just kicks his feet back up, and just goes, "Never lead them to your secret safe house. Not good for your health." And you look out the window and just see 15 dead bodies scattered across the street.
There's not even a scratch on him, I bet.
Not a new one. You do notice that his body is like covered in scars, on any like not tattooed areas. But yeah, it is the same ones that he had when you first entered the room. There's no new scar on his body. The bottoms of his feet are a little dirty, but it's practically like he was moving too fast to even get dirt adhered to the bottom of his foot. All right.
Oof.
Now we have some peace and quiet again. So I see the people dealing with you. It's always dark robes. Why the fuck do they always choose dark robes? Okay, classic cult shit. They're coming after you.
No accounting for taste.
There's something to be said about just a good look, you know? Practicality is great, but there's just something to be said about a good look. And So,
Know what I could really go for right now? Normally, I would say alcohol. In this case, a short rest would be great right now.
Here, here.
feel free. It's getting late anyway. I mean, for you, I was probably going to get up in an hour. There are bedrolls in the next room over. There's some medical supplies in the chest in there. Feel free when you're done patching yourself up. We can talk a little more.
Excellent.
So you get yourself patched up. Take your short rest, and
do a dice roll here. You can keep going.
heal your hit dice.
Yeah.
And as far as the stuff in the other room, what are we looking at for medical supplies?
Just basic first aid stuff, bandages.
Okay, like nothing, no like potions or anything that's just gonna heal us?
There is a basic healing potion of healing in there.
Okay. Thrag, you seem to be in rough shape, and you as well, Nadia. I think one of you should probably take that.
By all means.
Right, so Nadia gets the healing potion. After about half an hour of licking wounds, they'll kind of regather in the space that Aplodicus was hanging out in. He now looks a bit more awake and is more dressed. Well, you guys have kind of taken some armor off and put some bandages and stuff on. He's now wearing his armor, which is this very intricate draconian-made fitted suit. It's very light, looks very mobile, where there's a design kind of over the shoulders and chest to make it appear like 4 crossed dragon wings over his chest and around his shoulders. And the lining, the edge lining of each of them is these very tiny silver dragon scales. Which makes sense because Galadh, you're aware that aside from being an absolute legend of a war hero, he is one of the princes of Draconia. He is the elder brother of the current sitting king of the entire kingdom of Draconia. So has access to the finest made. He probably made that armor himself, realistically, as a lot of their cultural tradition would have for their warriors. Less groggy, a bit more snappy. While you guys were resting, he went and cleared out the bodies that were out in the street. All right, so tell me about why you are the ones being chased by these people.
Probably because I have this, and I hold up the rod.
Just whip it out.
Do you hold up
Very
the
good.
right rod?
What is that?
I do hold up the right.
It supposedly is an artifact of Dasis. We initially thought it was the rod of Dasis. Some research has revealed it may be more of a key of some kind to unlocking some of the early proto-magics, or perhaps some more arcane items related to Dasis. We don't have particularly much information yet.
I see. So you have some of the you have an item that they are after, and it looks like they're willing to go to some lengths to get it. It must be.
Actually, can I have said that to him in Draconic?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll say he responds in Draconic, which means none of the rest of you understand tail end of that conversation of him saying, okay, so you have an item that they want. It seems they're willing to go to great lengths to get it. Where did you get it?
And again, continuing in Draconic. So, we had been manipulated by this cult before we knew of their existence to get the item. Myself, Thrag, and another one of our old party had individually been contacted to retrieve what we were all told was a magical item to help with a specific thing, or that we were hired to just retrieve it, as one of our compatriots was largely only interested in money. And the plan that they had was for us to deliver it to them, which technically we did. However, we retrieved it after a fight with one of their own who had sort of gone rogue, as it were. At which point they all contacted us and set this whole thing in motion.
All right. So where is it you're going?
We are going to Mara.
Very well. If we travel through the Dark Sands, we shouldn't go with a caravan. That's always dangerous, especially here. There's wandering eyes and ears everywhere. The Red Vipers control a lot of this area, and they'll sell information to whoever has the most coin for that information. So if we go, we should either travel alone, which is a bit dangerous and a bit time consuming. Could charter you a ship, in which case you'd need to lay low as much as possible. The spare funds we have here, the emergency funds, are not enough to buy a ship, and while I could absolutely buy a ship if I really needed to, I don't have any coin on me right now. As I said, last night's card games did not go as well as I hoped they would. But we do have enough money here to charter a ship. It's up to you. We can go on foot, less likely to get spotted or stopped, or we can charter a ship.
Galadh, I have no idea what you're talking about over there, but make sure he knows that we already had the plan, and ask him if it's a smart one or a dumb one.
I'll say once he gets switched up to the "What's your plan? How do you want to get there?" he switched back to Midrin.
Midfall, Midrin, yeah. Now, yeah, we had been talking about chartering a ship. Now, the other thing about all this, and I'll switch back to Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
When I had initially picked up the rod, I received a vision that sort of drew me to a island that had some sort of temple or construct on it, and I believe it was out in the Namira Ocean. So we would likely have needed a boat anyway at some point. But we were initially going to Mara to investigate more.
Well, sounds like boat it is then. Can I see the rod?
Wasn't Thrag already holding it?
Drag was holding it up. He meant like, can you hand it
like,
to me?
take it.
Uh-oh.
You ever get real bad vibes? It just all of a sudden, for no good reason.
That's just how I felt. That's why I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to stop you from taking it, and he just throws it over to him.
He catches it and kind of chuckles. Just, I wouldn't have gone that far to try and take it from you. It's just politeness. It takes you a long way. But what you do notice is he is saying this as it's in his hand. It's not like he was stunned into something as he takes it. So after he kind of says that, he just kind of looks it over. I mean, I've dealt with magical items enough that that I can tell it is one, and I've attuned to them enough before that I can tell it is quite powerful. I'm not experiencing anything from holding it. You said it happened just upon coming into contact with it?
Yes, upon the initial contact, and I am wondering if whatever the dude's class, magic, warlock, wizard, whatever. Pretend I know the exact thing that the guy
of
was.
who?
Idens?
Yeah, that dude. The
Oh,
dude
Iden? Yeah, he was a sorcerer.
Yeah, okay, so from the sorcerer that we took it from, I'm wondering if he had received similar visions based on some of his writings in his journal. It seemed to eventually drive him mad, whether that was with power or just with sheer magical force or something. I don't know. I don't think any of us do. So I just don't necessarily know what to do with this information. So that is part of why we're having Thrag hold it. He is also not affected.
Interesting. Arcane and magic in general has never been my forte quite as much as some of my associates. My brother's always been a bit more into all of that than me. But he hands it back to Thrag. I would keep that away. Energy like this can possibly be tracked. I think you'll be okay here. We take measures with most of our safe houses to make sure that it's difficult to see inside, difficult to track, which is why, and he looks kind of back at Nadia and Kyrie, why we don't lead them straight to him. We'll set out in the morning. You all need some sleep. I'll keep watch for the night. I'm well rested.
Sounds like
It's
a
very
plan to
curious,
me.
but I've also seen it 100 times. I suppose it's been a while. It was due for another one. Hopefully this one's fun. And kind of stretches and then goes and kicks up a chair next to the window, kicks his feet up on the table, and just relaxes looking out the window as you are all given an opportunity to go and take a long rest for the night. And with that, we are going to...
Really quickly.
Yes.
Do you know what Aplodicus not having a vision means?
Oh, no.
He's not an island boy.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
We know.
There's always something. So that's what we're calling tonight's game. Thank you all so much for watching.
Can we have a quick epilogue?
You can have a quick epilogue after
Quick
mission.
epilogue.
We would it.
As we're riding the cart back to my apartment. I want to quickly ask Ragtag.
Yeah.
Do you think you could make mechanical finger? And that's it.
I need to know where that goes. And if
I
chat
think I
already know where that's going.
I think I know
I
also
exactly
need
where
to know where
that's
that
going.
goes.
and
I like
also,
our little Marvel after credits scenes of our
Yes,
own
that's very good.
episodes. It's
Thank
very
you.
good.
so
There's so
just
much
a
room
question
for it with the bouncing back and forth of
and the up
the
and down.
storytelling.
It is
Yeah,
good. I'm
Nothing
liking
in
the.
like in the bouncy house.
I can't believe
Exactly.
that we have two separate stories going on at the same exact
And
time.
I'm
it's
loving
solid.
this.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
loving this.
Yes,
It's
this is
good. I'm
fantastic.
engaged. We got 2 solid plots.
Yeah.
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 This is great. I didn't see that coming.
we
I've
have
never
plot
had that
within
happen in a
another plot,
D&D
yes.
campaign before. I've
Yeah.
only had groups.
I also did enjoy playing Nadia. Like I like stepping in as random NPCs in combat. That's fun.
Mhm.
That was fun.
But yeah, I've had parties split before, but never like
Across
in two
multiple
completely different
episodes,
plots.
and yeah,
So this is new and it's pretty fun. Writing
Yes,
for
I
it's a
agree.
little interesting, but it's cool. I like it. And I'm curious how it's gonna eventually reconverge, or if it's eventually gonna reconverge.
It's just a part for the entire campaign.
You guys,
Yeah.
you guys finally meet up again at the final episode of the
Oh
campaign.
yeah, those
Yeah.
guys.
yeah, I remember those guys. I hate them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've been the baddies all along.
Maybe.
It wasn't about the journey; it was about the enemies we made along the way.
The final episode, you guys finally meet back up, and Galadh just goes, "Nikita, go fuck yourself."
As he's like plunging the sword into my belly.
Yes. Yes. As
Ragtag
I've
says, "Who
crossed
are you
black
people?"
into the road. Yes.
Look at me. I am
Yeah.
the BBEG now.
Yeah. Yeah. But so
Dean,
so
I'm
do we really
texting
just
you-
like pick up
What's
one of
up?
the 7 most powerful warriors in history as an NPC in our party?
Yes.
Kind
Maybe.
of.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
that's awesome.
Dean, I'm going to text
so
you
for
what I
all the
thought with
viewers,
finger before I forget.
Okay, please.
I planned in one legacy character to tonight's game.
We got like 4.
And we got
Like half of them.
Zaris, who didn't show up in your guys' previous campaign, but is a legacy character.
Yep.
We got the bartender guy who you didn't really talk to, who is also a legacy character you guys didn't previously interact with. We got Shag, Dean's previous character.
I really wanted to see Shag and Ragtag have a conversation.
I was curious if it was going to happen. Once it was set up and I realized, ooh, Shag would absolutely be playing in the Admirable at the Autumn Spirit Festival. That would happen.
Yes, absolutely.
So
As soon
I
as
was
you
curious
said
if
it
that was going to
was-
happen. I'm
was
kind of
happening.
thankful it didn't, because I'm not sure I can play Shag without prep time. I did my best with that
this,
intro.
This
Who are
absolutely
you,
would have had to have been Dean.
You can
Dean
play any
talking to
character as long
himself.
as you have prep
Yes,
time.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I wanted to see Dean talking to himself.
Yes.
I was
would've
curious if
loved
Dean
it.
was going to pipe in with any Shag lines.
No, it didn't feel like the right
Ah,
thing. But
yeah, so we got-
anyway, here's
under the right
Wonderwall.
circumstances.
Yeah.
We got 4 legacy
Anyway.
characters. What I kind of wanted was like a diversion. I wanted you guys to like meet Nadia and Kyrie and be like, oh, these are the Godslayers that Elmia sent for us to meet. But no, and then it's like, they'll just be like, hey, I don't know who you were sent to meet, and then it's Aplodicus, who
it's
for
pretty
all
good.
of you, of all the
Yeah.
legacy characters, Aplodicus is the longest running in the game. He was one of
Yeah,
my
he's the
first
protagonist
2-player
of
characters
Rukon.
in the very
He
first
really is.
campaign that took
Yeah,
place
he-
in Rukon. So
And
Fun-
the last time we saw him, he was like what, 10 years old?
10 years
And-
old.
I mentioned
previous
in
campaign.
the chat
Yeah.
that he was our escort mission
Absolutely
for like
incredible.
all of the last campaign.
Yeah.
No, it was just season 1.
Just season 1 of the last campaign.
Seasons,
just, like, dragging
seasons
these
2,
kids
3, and
around.
4 were all you guys fighting the war.
Yeah.
God, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Man, a
that
lot
was a
happened.
long war.
A lot happened in that last campaign. So yeah, the whole beginning of the
whole
last campaign we did was them escorting Aplodicus and the other and his brother as children to safety from the Shadowborn, and now we see them all grown up. Def, you
yeah.
want context of this war?
Oh man,
Context
we,
will be
we are
revealed
gonna have to,
in
No,
time.
seriously, we are gonna have to at some point make like a history video or 30.
I told you we need to do Rukon
It's
Invasion Kai,
Yep.
where we just reenact the entire
Unbelievable.
thing, but shortened
Yeah.
and like extra funny, and it'll be good.
it is crazy how much happened, and we only
Mhm.
played. We were in in game, we were in there for what, like 6-7 months?
Yeah.
I believe invasion took place over 9 months
Okay, yeah,
in
it's so
Rukon
crazy.
time.
Which is pretty
Um,
close to how long it took real time. I mean, real time was about
we
a
played
year.
for like
right?
a
About, yeah.
year and 2 weeks, I think, was the
Yeah.
actual.
Yeah, we were off by 2 weeks because we had done it like 2 weeks back to back to back to back, and then I think we missed a week or something like that.
Ah,
Mhm.
I
That's
see.
why.
But yes, so fun. Previous player characters and previous NPCs, legacy NPCs showing up,
Yes.
and
Always good.
And somewhere in this stream,
hopefully
there
you
is
guys
a,
get to know them even better.
yeah,
Yes.
and somewhere in this stream there is a PogChamp Westface. So I need somebody to find that because that needs to be an emote.
Oh God!
There's also me sliding backwards and double flipping off the camera somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I realized
around-
as soon as I did that, like, oh, that's going to be an emoji on my server. Okay.
All
keep doing the
around
PogChamp, see
some
if somebody gets
it. I was
player
gonna dig that up.
reaction gold tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
But all right, so we will see you all next week, same time, 7:30 EST for episode 16. Goodbye, all y'all. We will
Good
see
night.
you around.